Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to AdamMcKola TV. Hope you guys are all doing well. Manchester United have beaten Real Sociedad in sunny Spain 1-0 thanks to Alejandro scoring the goal. Garnacho with his first goal for the Manchester United senior team. Fantastic moment for him, being assisted by Cristiano Ronaldo, his idol, his GOAT, setting him up for his first goal for Manchester United. Unbelievable stuff, and the kind of stuff that we want to see. But considering that goal came quite early in the game, in the first quarter of the game, I think it was about 20 minutes into the match, Manchester United get that goal through Alejandro Garnacho, but then failed to really create any other opportunities throughout the game, clear-cut opportunities anyway. And that has been our problem throughout this Europa League group. I don't think it's today. I don't think the issue was today. I think the issue ultimately comes down to the lack of goals throughout this Europa League group. You know, when you look at the games, particularly against Ammonia, against Sheriff, in the home game against Real Sociedad, we failed to score enough goals, and we missed out by one goal in terms of goal difference. And that's why we were left chasing the second in this game today. The one chance that I can remember us having to go 2-0 ahead was Cristiano Ronaldo's opportunity, where he kind of lobs the ball over the goalkeeper. Now, someone with his finishing ability, I expected him to score it. I'm not going to lie. He hit it too high, and it sailed over the bar and hit the top net. And that was probably the best chance we had to get that second goal and go 2-0 up. And I guess, you know, the lack of a lot of our strikers today, or our forward players, didn't help. Jadon Sancho's not available. Anthony's not available. Anthony Martial's not available. So we had to start with Garnacho and Cristiano Ronaldo, Bruno Fernandes behind them, a midfield three of Casemiro, Eriksen, and Donny van der Beek. Now, whilst I think Donny van der Beek needs time, he needs, you know, to be able to get fitness and all that. His performance today wasn't good enough, do you know what I mean? We need to see more from him. But ultimately, I think, yeah, the lack of goals, the lack of strikers today didn't help. Now, you look at the fact that Harry Maguire finished the game as our second striker. That's up there with Phil Jones taking corners. Like, that shouldn't be happening. Do you know what I mean? We shouldn't have Harry Maguire going up top for us. Now, I'd rather him be further away from our goal than he normally is, but we shouldn't have him playing up top for us. And ultimately, we're lacking goals at the moment with the players that we have available. I don't think Cristiano Ronaldo does enough in that forward position. You know, when we can get the likes of Martial available and, you know, Sancho, Anthony, I don't think Cristiano Ronaldo starts for Manchester United. But I do think his contribution to the goal was good. It was a very good pass. But aside from that, we never had enough from him. You know, let's go from back to front and let's look at the game. In defence and behind the defence, we had David De Gea. I thought David De Gea was very, very good today. Another clean sheet for him. 2 excellent saves as well. One low down, and then he follows up the second with a save from the second shot. He kind of deflects off his head, but he made himself big. He made himself bigger while he was on the floor, and he did enough to be able to block that shot. Lisandro Martinez was unfortunately booked, which means he misses the game, the next game for Manchester United in the Europa League. But he was excellent today, in the wars all the time. Victor Lindelof comes in, and I think that shows you the manager, although Harry Maguire ended the game against West Ham looking good, clearing the ball with a few headers, making that excellent block, which pretty much guaranteed us the win. Ultimately, his performance wasn't good enough in that game because whenever he got the ball, he looked shaky, he looked scared, he looked like he was lacking confidence in possession of the ball. And he was kind of babysat through the game by Casemiro and Lisandro Martinez. I was not surprised at all to see Lindelof come straight back into the team. Luke Shaw started again at left back as well. As I said, that Casemiro, Donny van der Beek, you know, Eriksen midfield in front of them. I don't think Eriksen had a particularly good game today. I thought Casemiro was pretty good. I think Donny van der Beek needs to do more when he gets the chances. But he also needs games and he needs minutes to get his fitness up. So you're kind of caught in this difficult situation, this catch-22 situation. You've got a player that's not performing, but is he not performing because he's unfit? Because he's not got match fitness, or is he not performing because he's not good enough at the moment? I don't know which one it is, but we kind of need to find out, don't we? And it's difficult for him because you've got Casemiro playing well, you've got Christian Eriksen playing well, you've got Bruno Fernandes playing well. It's difficult for him to get into that team. I thought Bruno Fernandes was working hard, scrapping and battling today. Some of his passing was very good. But then in the second half, we didn't get enough from him. We need more from him. He's one of our match winners. And Cristiano Ronaldo, we needed more from him as well. I agree with Dylan. He says, so good to see Shawberto Carlos at his best again. Yeah, Luke Shaw's been fantastic for Manchester United recently. So today was frustrating. Today was annoying. But ultimately, it comes down to the lack of goals. Now, a 1-0 win away to Real Sociedad, and you're missing, Rashford didn't start. So we started without our main front three. Our main front three is what? Anthony, Martial, Rashford. Then you'd put Sancho not far behind him. Maybe sometimes he starts when in form. We were missing all those players today. It's difficult to get goals when you're missing that much of your front line. But ultimately, we weren't missing them in the Ammonia games and the Sheriff games, and we should have scored more goals in those games. That's ultimately what's cost us, all the goals we conceded against Ammonia. Now, the teams that we could get in the next round are interesting. I think we're all set and destined to get Ajax. But if you look at the teams, I screenshotted it earlier. Let me just find that. We could play Ajax, Bayer Leverkusen, Barcelona, Sporting, Salzburg, Shakhtar, Sevilla, or Juventus. Now, obviously, Ajax would be a fantastic trip for me. Wouldn't mind us getting Leverkusen. Barcelona would be probably the most difficult one, but you'd fancy us. Sporting, interesting. Will Cristiano Ronaldo be there? Salzburg, Shakhtar, Sevilla would be a difficult one. And Juve, difficult one on paper, but I reckon we'd do them. So you're looking at those games and you're thinking, all right, we should be able to go there to them teams. We should be able to beat those teams at Old Trafford as well. So there's no reason why we shouldn't be getting through the next round. But we should have done a lot better in this group. We should have topped this group. When you look at the teams that we played in Ammonia and Sheriff, we should have scored more goals, and we didn't. So that is frustrating. Get a few of your questions in before we wrap up this video. Joe says, we all want a holiday to Amsterdam's coffee shops. Let's be honest. Yes, I am all up for it. Obviously, you've got the factor of Ten Hag against his former club, Lissandro, Anthony against their former clubs. Eriksen used to play for Ajax as well, although not under Erik Ten Hag. So you've got all of that kind of thing. Coyote says, do you think Ten Hag is playing Ronaldo to avoid drama? No, I don't. I think he's playing Ronaldo at the moment because it's the only option we have. I think as soon as Anthony's available, Sancho's available, and Martial's available, and if Rashford, maybe he rested Rashford for the weekend, you know what I mean? If those guys were available, I think Ronaldo doesn't start. I think you've seen the evidence of that in the way he's treated Maguire. He's spoken positively about Maguire. He's always praised him in the press, but actions speak louder than words, and he's not picking him. Even now he's fit. So I think that says all you need to know, and I think it will be the same with Cristiano Ronaldo. Hamza says, has it clicked for Ten Hag? If not yet, how close is it? Look, I think he's getting there. I think we're building something. We've got the foundations to something. The football's getting better. The results are getting better. The performances have been up and down, but generally they're getting better. So I think whilst we're not the end product, whilst there's still a while to go, whilst there will be bumps in the road and there will be inconsistencies, I love the fact that we are now, moving forward with Ten Hag. I love Ten Hag. I think he's the right man for the job. Back him, support him. Hopefully he gets some funds in January. Bring in someone like Ivan Toney or something because we need a striker. But for me, Erik Ten Hag's the guy, and I wouldn't swap him for anyone. Serious. Obviously, you got Pep and Klopp, who, best coaches around at the minute. But for me, Erik Ten Hag's the best for Manchester United. We have him. And we need to back him, and we need to support him, and we need to see him hopefully continue to develop this Manchester United team. But look, good result today. Well, the 1-0 win to Sociedad isn't bad. We just didn't score enough goals in the other games. I don't think it's about today. And Sociedad today were full of bitches, dropping down every time someone touched them. Oh, it was like watching a team full of Son Heung-min. Like just people crying and falling all over the place, holding their face and that. It was so annoying. But they got their job done, ultimately, you know what I mean? And frustrating for Man United. But let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Garnacho living out his dreams, assisted by Cristiano Ronaldo, scoring a goal. Fantastic goal it was as well. But we didn't do enough in the second half, and we didn't do enough in the previous 5 games we've had. We've got Aston Villa next. I'm really worried about that one because we've got Unai Emery in his first game. Hopefully they don't have that manager bounce. But yeah, Aston Villa next. Hopefully Anthony Martial, Anthony, Rashford's fit to start, Sancho maybe. We need a different front three to the one that we had today. But yeah, let us know your thoughts in those comments below. Make sure you're keeping it locked. Like, comment, share, and all that jazz. I've done a review for Stretford Paddock as well, which you can go and check out. There's also a review with Andy Tate and John Shin over there. Jay and Joe did the live one, so you can go and check that out. And if you have seen all of that, then go check out my top 4 Premier League predictions with the lads over at Pitchside. Thank you to those guys for jumping on the channel. I jumped on their channel too, so there's a podcast out from that. But I'm going to get out of here now. Thank you for watching. Make sure you keep it locked. Until next time, I've been AdamMcKola. Out of here.